This is Made for More Living with Johnny Jennings, powered by eXp Realty. Online at madeformoreliving.com.
So in 2023, a remarkable thing happened, and this emerged from the town of Woodbridge, Virginia, and it was actually the 20 millionth time this specific thing had happened, but it was like, so this has been going on since 1944, and this was the 20 millionth time this has happened, and it was the 20 millionth vet that got a home loan using the VA program. How freaking cool is that?
It's cool.
Cool.
Right? So the program was initiated in 1944. You know, decades later, you hit your 20 millionth loan program. And I take for granted, being in the industry, that this program is available for veterans, right? This program has limited closing costs. It has no down payment. It has no mortgage insurance because it's backed by the government. But I blew my mind when I found out that 7 out of 10 vets don't even know this exists.
That's crazy.
So
Why is that?
I don't know. I don't know why the military doesn't educate them on this. I don't know why.
Are the other loans comparable? Are they competitive? Is the VA loan that much of an advantage if a veteran is looking to buy a home and they're looking at their mortgage options? They obviously have to go for the VA loan. My dad did.
Zero money down and no mortgage insurance. Like, what's your
and a better interest rate.
And a better interest rate. That's true. I forgot that part.
Seems like no-brainer.
And the sellers have to pay for some of your costs.
So
that's the thing.
Are agents doing their clients a disservice by not informing them of these opportunities, the VA loan? Do you think what's the problem? Why aren't more veterans aware of this?
I don't know. I can see it kind of being hard. Sometimes it's harder to get any type of a government loan accepted when you're going against conventional or cash.
Really? So sellers are not looking as favorably on a VA loan
sometimes
when there's multiple offers?
Sometimes people will pick it because they want to support the vet. It just depends on the situation. But as far as why are people not doing it, I don't know. It's a no-brainer. And
is there a limit on how many of these loans are available?
There's no limit.
You can only have typically one at a time.
Oh, for the vet or for all?
No, all around.
Yeah, all around. There's not.
No,
you can do many as you want. But yes, for the vet, you can only usually have one at a time. There's a certain amount of entitlement that you have.
What's that mean?
So basically, we're going to look and see how much money you spent on the home and how much money. There's only so much that the VA is willing to give you for the entitlement for that house. And so if you sell the house, now your entitlement goes back up. But if you own a home already, you might have a little bit left in the tank, so you can go out and buy something else, but you might have to put some more money down with it. Like for instance, if you bought $1 million house, that's above and over the amount of the entitlement they're willing to offer you, so you have to put some of your own money down.
Okay, so you can't go out and buy P. Diddy's house using a VA loan program.
You could, but you'd have to put some money down on top of it.
Okay, and that's based off the county, or what's that based off of?
Yeah, it is based. There is part of it that's based off county, and there's part of it that's based off of you as a veteran as well. What happened were you hurt in the war or whatever?
Yeah.
And then you can decide how much entitlement you're going to have because of it.
What about the spouse or the family members?
So that's actually changed recently. It used to be that the veteran had to be on the loan, but now they're saying if you were a spouse, you can then qualify for it as well.
Wow, that is interesting.
If you were a spouse?
If that spouse has then passed away, you can still qualify for it.
Okay, so if you're divorced, you can't go, hey, my husband was a vet.
Oh, right. So it can't be
Correct.
a divorced spouse.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, gotcha. But if the vet has passed away, you qualify for that vet loan.
You do.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's really great.
Well, and it's a good way to put. A lot of people are like, well, I want to put money down though, because what if the property isn't worth as much and now I'm underwater on it, because I'm putting 0% down.
Yeah.
So I've bought a $500,000 house and now my loan's $500,000. So is that really a good idea for me? Well, I think in California real estate it is. And right now,
and as long as you're financially conservative, just put that money in an account.
Sure.
When you
don't
say
spend it.
a lower interest rate, what are we talking about?
So, for instance, interest rates right now, you're probably in the high sixes, just on a conventional loan, 20% down. If you're not paying points or anything, maybe 6.6, 6.7 at the time we're talking right now. And then if with a particular VA loan, you're sometimes looking as low as 0.5%, sometimes even 0.75% lower.
Oh, okay.
So it's potentially a big deal with 6% rate versus a 6.75% rate. It's a big savings.
And are they looking at your credit score, stuff like that?
Not as much.
Not as much.
As a conventional loan.
It's pretty freaking incredible. Like, it's cool that the government does this for the vets. Like, even just not having mortgage insurance.
Except for Coast Guard. They don't do it for Coast Guard, right? I'm just kidding.
Coast Guard? I mean, I don't know. I think
you're thinking Merchant Marine. Yeah. Merchant Marine, you know?
Merchant Marine, there you go.
What about the Salvation Army?
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
A loan?
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I mean, typical mortgage insurance is what, a few $100?
Depending on your credit score, you know, if you have a 640 credit score, it's going to be higher. If you have an 800 credit score, it might be lower.
So what's a range?
You're on a $600,000 house. You're looking, if you have a 740 credit score or higher, you're probably going to be looking somewhere around $100 to $150.
Okay, but if you have a low credit score,
if you have a low credit score, you're looking somewhere between $300 to $400.
Oh gosh.
See, Johnny, makes you regret not enlisting when you were 18, right?
I almost joined the military.
The Air Force, the Army,
the Navy.
Oh, okay.
So I actually wanted to because I was super anti-debt. I still am anti-debt, but I was like super anti-debt. I want to graduate college debt-free. And nobody, believe this or not, so this kind of ties into like 7 out of 10 vets not knowing the VA loan program exists. I didn't know the military academies existed. I didn't know that was even an option where you could go in, you get this world-class education.
Sure.
For free, and then enlist, or then you're an officer for 4 or 5 years afterwards. I think it's 5 years afterwards. I didn't even know that was an option, and so I was finishing up my first year at junior college in Kalinga, and I was like, "Where am I going to transfer? What are my plans?" And I found out about the Annapolis, the Naval Academy. I applied. You have to get 2 congressional nominations in addition to all the applications and the SAT scores and all that. I did that. I wasn't accepted. I reapplied a second time, and I thought for sure I was getting in because I had the 2 congressional nominations again. My scores were better. Everything was good. I got a letter from the Naval Academy saying, "Hey, come out. We're going to tentatively accept you. We want you to come out and tour the grounds and see it." And I had just started dating Valerie. And
blame it on your wife.
No. I told the gorgeous, "I'm going to do this. I'm going to go. I want to do this." And 1 week before I was supposed to fly out, I bought the ticket for myself. I bought a plane ticket for my dad. We were going to go out there, and we were going to tour the campus, and I was going to join the military. And
Found out she was pregnant.
I wanted to be a Navy SEAL. And they called me up and said, "Johnny, thanks for your application. You're still welcome to come out, but we're not accepting."
Oh, man, you're probably so freaking
I was
disappointed.
so disappointed.
My life is over.
And there was no
I'm
reason
going
behind
into
it?
real estate.
They told me I was too old.
What?
Which I don't
How
know
old
if I
were
believe
you?
that. 21. Oh, wow. Yeah, I was like 21 and a half. Yeah.
God,
and so I went out, did the whole thing, had a great time.
Oh,
but
so you still went out?
I still went out, and then
Hoping.
I still thought, maybe once I graduate college, maybe I'll still join the military. But then at that point, I met Valerie, and we were making like a life plan. I was like, this just doesn't fit into it.
God had a different plan. Same thing with me. I had an appointment to go down to do all of my enlisting, sign all the paperwork. And my dad's just like, "No, don't do it." And so I didn't do it. My wife, she took the same test as you did. She failed, though. And they didn't accept her.
So did you ever think about joining the military, JJ?
I probably ran through my head a few times, but I never actually took any action on it.
Yeah. So hats off to the people that do that. That's you got a tough job, horrible pay, but the good news is you can get a VA loan when you get out or while you're in. So
just reach out to JJ, right? How do they do that?
JJ. So just Google Made for More Realty, and we will get you in contact with JJ, or just Google JJ Mack, and you'll see the Mac Attack pop up.
The Mac Attack.
Mac Attack. Thanks, JJ, for being on the show.
Of course. Thank you.